You've probably saw the same thing while watching the final Elden Ring cutscene. Radagon desperately trying to repair the Elden Ring. I believed that too, but now I don't think that's what From Software is actually showing us. I think Radagon was driving a giant spitting wedge into the Erdtree itself, and once I saw that possibility I couldn't unsee it. That may sound ridiculous at first, but after all, the Elden Ring is right there behind him. Why would anyone think his hammer has anything to do with the tree? Because the object beneath his feet doesn't behave like an ordinary anvil. And once you stop seeing it as an anvil, nearly every part of this scene starts telling a completely different story. Everyone watches Radagon's hammer, and almost nobody is questioning what he is hitting. That was my mistake too. The first time I simply assumed it was an oversized anvil. That is what the scene wants you to believe. But actually it looks like a tool designed to be driven into wood. That completely changes the question. The mystery isn't why is there an anvil inside the Erdtree. The mystery becomes why would the Erdtree need a giant splitting wedge. That simple reframe turns background scenery into one of the most important objects in the final area. Once I accepted that possibility, I couldn't watch Radagon the same way again. Notice how he attacks. He doesn't swing like a warrior, he doesn't slash, thrust. Again and again he delivers heavy vertical strikes directly into the ground. Those attacks suddenly resemble work instead of combat. Then I went back to Elden Ring intro-shattering scene. For years I assumed there was simply the Elden Ring smashing images, but look where the hammer actually lands, exactly where this massive object sits. What if neither Mariko nor Radagon was striking the Elden Ring directly? What if they were striking the mechanisms that physically connect the ring to the Erdtree? That would explain why every blow feels so deliberate. They are not hitting the floor, they are driving something through it. This is where this particular Elden Ring theory stops feeling like coincidence. A splitting wedge doesn't exist to destroy metal, it exists to separate wood. That matters because separation is one of the Elden Ring's oldest themes. Marika and Radagon, life and death, gold and shadow, the lands between and the realm of shadow. From Software tells stories about the things that were once whole being violently divided. So what if the Erdtree itself was one of those divisions? Maybe the wedge wasn't simply cracking a tree, maybe it was creating a separation that defines the entire world. Suddenly the giant scale makes perfect sense. The wedge isn't built for Radagon, it's built for the Erdtree. At this point I was prepared to write the whole idea off as symbolism. Then I discovered something I wasn't expecting. Hidden beneath Radagon's arena are multiple versions of this mysterious object that were posted on the internet by different data miners. Some even appear with Marika's hammer embedded inside them. And that is a strange thing for developers to model if the object was never meant to matter. Of course, unused assets aren't proof. Developers remove ideas all the time, but hidden versions of the same structure suggest that this wasn't an accidental shape, it had a purpose. Whether this purpose changed during development or it was intentionally buried beneath the area, I don't think we are looking at random geometry anymore. We are looking at something From Software wanted players to notice, just not immediately. To be fair, maybe both theories are true. Maybe Radagon really was repairing the Elden Ring. But what if repairing the ring required manipulating the Erdtree itself? If the ring isn't simply floating inside the tree, but anchored to it, then every hammer strike suddenly has physical meaning. Driving the wedge deeper repairs one thing while destroying another. The ring survives, the tree doesn't. That would explain why the final area feels so strange. It isn't a throne room, it isn't a forge, it's a stump of an operation already underway, and we arrive just in time to witness its final moments. I can't prove Radagon was splitting the Erdtree, neither can anyone else, but I don't think I will ever watch that final battle the same way again. The hammer, the wedge, the downward strikes, the hidden models beneath the area. Individually they are easy to dismiss. Together they point toward a possibility that is far more interesting than the explanation I've accepted for years. Maybe Radagon wasn't trying to fix the Elden Ring, maybe he was changing the Erdtree itself, and maybe From Software hid the answer beneath our feet the entire time. Thanks for watching, hit that like button and subscribe for more Elden Ring and other Souls-like games, lore and guide videos, and stay sharp out there, Tarnished.